Gold Rush. Parker Schnabel working with Aussie gold mining beauty in Parker's Trailhas Gold Rush star, Parker Schnabel met his match. As TV show's Ace recently reported, he is currently filming Parker's Trail Down Under. The most interesting part is that he is an Aussie gold mining beauty, whose gold mining pedigree is even more impressive than Parker's. What do we know recently? TV show's Ace reported that Parker Schnabel is in Australia, filming Parker's Trail. Parker first enticed Gold Rush fans by holding up two humongous pieces of gold. They looked like dish sponges, they were so huge. Turns out, this was not some Klondike golden stash, but instead, golden treasure in the land down under. This was not a scene from Gold Rush Season 10, but instead, from his Aussie adventure, checking out the gold mining scene there. Helping him out is an attractive, blonde gold miner, Tyler Mahone. According to her website, the Prospectus Club, Tyler Mahone is fourth-generation gold mining prospecting family. She is from Kalgoorlie, Western Australia. That is about 370 miles northeast of Perth. Like Alaska, Kalgoorlie had a huge gold rush in the late 1800s. Needless to say, after 4 generations, the Mahone family knows quite a bit about gold. Tyler and her folks have experienced everything from humble detecting to full-blown mining operations. Detecting, open cuts, pushing, excavators, dry blowing, leach plants, loaming and panning, we do it all. Her family, who has owned a gold shop for over a decade, was determined to share their extensive knowledge, and that is how the Prospectus Club was started, with Tyler as their spokesperson. That is not all. Tyler also has her own handmade, sustainable jewelry and swimwear line called May by Tyler. It is all made from recycled ocean waste. She even models her swimsuits on Instagram. Parker Schnabel is a third-generation gold miner. He is a successful miner because he learned from the best. Grandpa John Schnabel. It is pretty cool that he will meet up with an Aussie version of himself while he films Parker's Trail. It could be interesting to see if they agree with each other's gold mining philosophies and techniques. We may already have a hint that Tyler thinks that Parker may need to toughen up if he is going to gold mine, Australian style. Tyler Mahone shared that she was with the Gold Rush Young Gun, as she posted a selfie, along with Parker Schnabel and Fred Lewis. She included the caption, "It won't get much hotter than this." The Americans at 29 degrees. She is referring to Australia, so this means it is in the mid-80s right now. That is normal temps for this part of Australia. And for those who don't realize it, it is now spring down under, so they are heading into the super hot Aussie summer. Seems like she was giving them a bit of a hard time about dealing with the heat. Parker best be more worked about the deadly spiders and snakes in the outback. Despite these revealing teasers, there is not much more information on Parker's gold mining adventure in Australia. Inquiring fans also want to see photos of Parker Schnabel reuniting with his ex-girlfriend and Gold Rush star, Ashley Yule. Parker did share a photo of him, Fred, Tyler, and Matt Newman, the founder of the clothing line Onebyone, enjoying libations at the Budgie Smuggler in the Melbourne, Australia area. Ashley lives in Melbourne. Was Parker able to meet up with his ex-girlfriend? No one is giving any clues. At least, not yet. Gold Rush fans, are you excited about the new season of Parker's Trail? Be sure to check back with the latest Gold Rush news. Gold Rush airs Friday nights on Discovery. Gold Rush. Parker's Trail will air in the spring 2020. Georgia Macatello has several decades of writing experience, including travel writing, tech writing, art history analysis, and now entertainment writing. She loves to share the latest news on rom-coms and mysteries. Gold Rush. Parker Schnabel working with Aussie gold mining beauty in Parker's Trail in the unforgiving, dusty terrain of Australia's goldfields. Parker Schnabel, a young mining prodigy from Alaska, faced his biggest challenge yet. But this time he wasn't alone. For the first time in his career, Parker found himself paired with an unlikely partner, an Aussie gold mining beauty who would both challenge his skills and teach him the hard lessons of the outback. The journey, which would become one of the most memorable seasons of Gold Rush, Parker's Trail, saw Parker venture deep into the heart of the Australian Gold Rush, testing his grit, determination, and ability to adapt to new terrain. The arrival down under Parker Schnabel was no stranger to challenges. Over the years, he had conquered the steep slopes of the Klondike, dealt with mechanical failures, and battled extreme weather in pursuit of gold. But when he decided to take his crew to Australia, he had little idea of what he was about. Australia's goldfields were legendary, stretching across vast, arid landscapes where the heat could burn you by day and freeze you by night. It was a land that had seen the rise and fall of many hopeful miners, each vying for their piece of the gold that lay hidden beneath the earth. This was the perfect environment for Parker to continue his quest for gold, but he quickly realized that navigating Australia's goldfields required more than just the skills he had honed in Alaska. That's where his new partner, a woman named Lara, came in. Lara, known for her striking looks and no-nonsense attitude, had earned a reputation as one of Australia's most successful and resilient female gold miners. With a background in both the technical and physical aspects of mining, Lara had made a name for herself in the male-dominated world of Australian gold mining. She had spent years in the trenches, working with traditional methods, learning the ins and outs of Australia's rich but often unpredictable gold deposits. Lara was tough, fiercely independent, and fully immersed in the art of gold prospecting. When Parker first met Lara, he was struck by how different she was from the people he usually worked with. Lara was as tough as nails, but also charismatic, with a sense of humor that had a way of putting people at ease. Her beauty, though undeniable, wasn't what defined her. It was her expertise in mining and her deep knowledge of the goldfields that earned her Parker's respect. Clash of cultures as Parker and Lara teamed up to explore the Australian goldfields. The differences in their approach to mining quickly became apparent. Parker was accustomed to working with cutting-edge technology, big excavators, wash plants, and high-tech machinery that allowed him to process massive amounts of dirt in short bursts of time. His operation in the Klondike was well-oiled, and he was used to running a crew that could tackle nearly any mining task. Lara, on the other hand, had a much more hands-on approach. She preferred the traditional methods of gold mining, relying on sluices, panning, and detecting. She believed that sometimes getting down and dirty with the land was the best way to truly understand it. She had a deep connection with the land, and she treated each prospecting site with the kind of reverence that came from years of working with it. At first, Parker wasn't sure how to handle Lara's approach. He was used to making fast, data-driven decisions, but Lara's methods were more intuitive, based on her years of experience in the field. There were moments of tension, especially when Parker would push to use more modern machinery to speed up the process, only to be met with Lara's firm resistance. "We can't rush this," Lara would say, her voice calm but firm. "Gold's not gonna come easy, no matter how big your excavator is." At first, Parker's patience was tested. He was used to working quickly and efficiently, and Lara's slower, more methodical style seemed like a step backward. But as the days went on, Parker began to see the value in Lara's approach. It wasn't about doing things the old-fashioned way for the sake of tradition. It was about understanding the terrain, respecting the land, and learning how to work with it. Lara's expertise gave Parker insights into the gold fields that he never would have gained otherwise. A test of skills and trust. One of the most intense moments of the season came when Parker and Lara were tasked with prospecting in a particularly challenging area of the Australian outback. The site was known for its gold-rich deposits, but it was also incredibly remote, with harsh terrain and unpredictable weather. Parker had a big decision to make. Should they use heavy machinery to move the earth quickly, or should they slow down and use more traditional techniques to dig deeper into the earth and get a better understanding of the deposit? Lara's voice was steady as she explained her reasoning. "We need to know what we're working with, Parker. If we rush in with your big machines, we'll miss something. It's not just about the gold you see on the surface, it's what's underneath that counts." Parker, still unsure, decided to trust her. They set to work with pickaxes, shovels, and a small sluice box, carefully sifting through the earth to see what lay beneath. The hours were long, the work grueling, but slowly, the gold began to appear. Nugget by nugget, they pulled the treasure from the earth, and Parker realized that Lara's method had been the right one all along. "See?" Lara smiled as she wiped sweat from her brow. "It's not always about getting the biggest machine to do the work. Sometimes, it's about getting your hands dirty." That moment marked a turning point in their partnership. Parker's initial reluctance gave way to newfound respect for Lara's methods. He had always believed that technology was the key to success in mining. But now he saw that there was more to it than that. The right knowledge.